She also wrote to Frank on 26th June. Frank responded on 27th June. Today is 1st July. And boarded 25th June. The person had boarded a day before the invitation was sent. However,
the clerk was informed yesterday.
Evidence?
Madam Chair, I think courts these days allow even WhatsApp as a medium of communication. Was it WhatsApp?
Don't fence in issues of administration, but more so knowing the law, and they know the form of communication when it comes to administrative work. For how long have you been in this entity?
I joined 1st of July last year.
1st of July last year. A little earlier, we wouldn't have convened for this meeting. First of all, it's costly on your part, but equal on our part. As you are aware, for us, we represent people, and we come from far from here. I come from Sembabule, our colleagues come from Kumi. He comes from the disaster-prone area. The man from Bale, the chair from, the closest actually is the chair from Butambara. For him, you can even walk to here. So really, it's costly to every one of us, but more so resources. Just imagine if you had such, say, kind of 5 meetings of the sort. You come, convene, you go, but money spent. And even we've lost on time. So if you had written earlier, we ought to have called this meeting off, because you are aware accountability is person to holder. Could be, are you ready to respond on behalf of the accounting officer? If you are ready, we proceed.
Madam Chair, just to support you, to carry the cross, because it has a meaning.
Chair, signed by her. So I think she is, according to my observation.
I accept the guidance, and I'll be guided by you. The invitation was to me as accounting officer. That's what I understood it to be. And then you had said that we then invite the former if I was not the accounting officer. So I'm respecting the invitation in respect to the invitation to me as accounting officer currently. That's how I had interpreted it.
And you're right. For now, you are the accounting officer, only that for the year under review, we know that. I can refer you to section 43 of the Public Finance Management Act. That is 43(1)(5). An accounting officer shall be responsible and personally accountable to Parliament for the activities for a vote. So if you are looking at the financial year 2023-24, if you are not the accounting officer, yes, the responses are okay, but we cannot hold you accountable for the period that you did not serve as an accounting officer. So, colleagues, how do we proceed?
But, Madam Chair, I've raised the issue in officer. So that means she can own the whole process.
No. Respond, Mr. Nigel Thembi did. In his response, he did ask that if the committee wished for him to, if the committee could be kind to give another date when he would appear, or he could have written responses to particular questions that arose. In his response, that's what he said. But certainly as not the accounting officer for the year under review. I take that.
Did you participate in a
same game with LDC? The accounting officer played us left, right, and center, and because we have limited time, and I think being a senior administrator, he knows we work under extreme time constraints. He knows you bid a bit of time, those fellows will not have time to come for you. So he avoided being audited last year. The day he was sick, was he sick? He did not show up with the, and we even went there to LDC, we came to LDC. He wasn't seen anywhere. Now, this is the same officer who boards off, who takes off on 25th and we write on 26th. Plus, he's aware that this is the critical audit time. So there is a pattern of him trying to escape avoiding. And just for information, I've just looked at your accounts. This is a gentleman that spent over 900 million over and above what was appropriated. Just, I don't need to go into details, but by close look at the accounts, anyone can tell you it's there. 900 million, almost a billion, over and above what was appropriated by Parliament. Now, that being the case, we are not dealing with a normal accounting officer who, for genuine reasons, now when you dig the history of last year, for no good reason, by the way, kept dodging, and then we lost. So we came there and even had our lunch there. You remember, he gave us very good lunch, but still he disappeared. So I think we are going to have to, Madam Chair, to get this guy in whatever form and the accounts. Are you sure you are in, through you, Madam Chair, are you sure you are in contact with him?
Because I wrote to him a letter saying that we've been invited and he should come along, and he responded.
Yes, tell him Parliament has that facility. We are on Zoom. So organize with the clerk, Madam Chair, I move a motion that you organize with the clerk, our clerk and him, and he accounts on Zoom because of his concern. And if he does, then Madam Chair, I'll be one to move a motion that we summon him. But let's give him, Madam Chair, through you, a one chance for him to appear. Now with the technology, you can no longer escape.
Chair,
I move that we organize a Zoom meeting in case he's not coming back very soon.
Chair.
Sorry, Chair. 9th July.
A week and so from now.
So when is it? And have LDC with him on the earliest date of 9th will be what? We can have him on Thursday.
10th.
Just through the chair.
Yes, Silas, we have.
I was still doubting whether we should vote on the motion before exhausting this, and I'm happy the guidance is coming through. I don't think 10th is far. Those days will come. Though already we have incurred what we will term here wasteful expenditure. That's additional query. And it's counted on, and it's counted on LDC. You are the causes. Auditor General should take note of that query.
And wasteful times too, because even the other time we had to move the other side.
And for 2 financial years, even the food that you prepare is there becomes
We ate your
wasteful
food with
expenditure.
no work done. We drove back to this place. So wasteful.
Chair. Chair, my name is Sarah Pendi. Flag bearer to be for Tororo District.
Haven't you nominated?
Nomination does not make you the flag bearer. We are now seeking for
From who could you or to?
No. You are aware that a district cannot take effect until Parliament has pronounced itself and gazetted those new districts. So, Tororo District. Chair, it's unfortunate that I was supposed to travel back, and then I said, let me come for this meeting, and then the meeting is adjourned. It's painful. It's very, very painful. So, I was trying to ask whether the accounting officer, of course you cannot delegate, but it seems there is no communication directly from the accounting officer to this committee clerk, from what I picked from the representative. So I think I have nothing useful to add. I was going to ask if there was a letter delegating, but it seems not to be there. So I have nothing useful to add. I think you can find an appropriate time when we shall interface with them.
Madam Accounting Officer, I should express our disappointment to your team. When we look through your mandate as the Law Development Center, the Law Development Center in Uganda's is your mandate is to promote the rule of law and access to justice through professional legal training, research, and advocacy. So, really, for you, is in charge of training us on issues of and matters of law. And you cannot sit back in your office and interpret the law really to know that we ought not to have been in this place for today. The fact is, as you see, we are time constrained politically. We are in a very active political season. Every one of us is under primaries. Sincerely, to have these colleagues sit here and, we don't process this report, it is so disappointing. And equally on your part, because I assume you have a lot of business on this. So in future, what you do, the formal means of communication is writing. Even if it was an email, it is okay. But a phone call, yes, you can call, but that is not formal. Calling is not formal because you cannot adduce evidence. So in future, communicate effectively so that we avoid such, number one, wasteful expenditure, waste of time, and other additional resources, and the risks associated with such unnecessary movements. So I do apologize to my colleagues here, but also on your part in future, we can do better than this. I know we can have duties here and there, and you can fail to really attend at a date and time when we would have wished, but you communicate and we postponed before you come in here. However, you said he's coming back on 9th. We are not aware of the time. So if we fix on 10th, you never know if he comes back during the night. It is so strict on somebody who has traveled because you're not aware whether he's sick or not. So for me, I think we shall communicate an appropriate date.
Here, Nairobi, 40 minutes.
We can use
they have not been around the country.
For anybody who has traveled, really, for me, I would think it's unfair on our part to say that somebody travels back on 9th and should be here on 10th. We shall discuss administratively and communicate at an appropriate date and time later, but we can't.
Chair, I want you to plead with you. Based on the established trend, did not turn up. I would be happy as a member that we fix a date right here. If tennis is not conducive,
It's 11th.
whichever, but this issue of saying we shall fix cannot work because we are working with a special case. So we should live here with the circumstances. We are operating underground there right now. We're in the trenches. I should know that LDC is going to appear here on such and such a day. I commit my diesel, I come back here. So, Chair,
11th is a Friday.
we fix the day.
Friday is a tricky one.
There.
Those who are unopposed will be here.
Yes, 15th. Remember, you.
We have elections on 16th.
16th.
Yes, so some of us will not.
The calendar and communicate to them appropriately.
Madam Accounting Officer, we shall look at the calendar and we'll communicate with him. Any date that we do communicate, he must appear. Or else, we shall look for him using all available and possible means. I was wondering whether he was dodging this accountability of 1.9 billion, where he bought machines and you failed to use them for a period of 20 months. Probably that is why he's running away. But we shall go into that later.
Don't preempt. No, it's okay to preempt. These are already a public document.
So,
because I'm even wondering how LDC is using machines of 1.9 billion. For no.
So we shall, no, we are not anticipating because we have the report. But we, accounting officer, the meeting is adjourned, but we are very considering the trend of the way we've been handling accountability issues with you. You dodged the accountability last year, same is applying to this year. tell him he must appear. Any date that we do give, whether alive or dead, he will be here. Meeting adjourned.
Yes,
communicate with him.
it is good you have said here. We resolved that entry exams to LDC set aside, but still, so we are suspicious of how the land people are doing things. So, but we shall
meeting adjourned to tomorrow. Olwaleero ng'akakiiko akavunaanyizibwa okulondoola ssente z'omuwi w'omusolo tubadde tulina okusinkana aba Law Development Center be bano abatraining abaana baffe mu mateeka naye ekyennaku nti ate bba amateeka g'abalimu okutaputa. Olwaleero bazze mu kakiiko ng'avunaanyizibwa ku kulaba ng'annyonnyola eggwanga butya bwe bakozesa ssente z'omuwi w'omusolo ez'omwaka gw'ebyensimbi 2023 24 talabiseeko ye Franco Thembi. Naye ono n'omwaka gw'ebyensimbi 2022-2023 twesitule tugenda ku Law Development Center accounting officer y'omu ne yeebulankanya twatuula ne batugamba ajja mpaka bwe twenyula ne tuvaawo. Baatuwa ebyokulya nga bwe bazze olwaleero ttiimu nnene ba MPs bazze tubagabidde ebyokulya nga tewali mulimu gwonna gukoleddwa. Ekisooka kuno kwonoona ssente za muwi wa musolo kuba singa wabaawo meeting nga 5 ezifaananako bwe ziti ne zibaawo nga tezivudde mu mugaso kitegeeza tuba twonoonye ssente ez'omuwi w'omusolo. Ekirala Law Development Center neeyina kyekweka kubanga omwaka guli badojinga n'omwaka guno accounting officer tugamba nti yatambudde. Twaba ebbaluwa nga 26 alaga nti yatambula nga 25 n'ekirungi atugambye nti akomawo nga 9 nga 15 ateekwa okulabikako mu kakiiko oba ayagala oba tayagala kuba tukirabye nti alina byadoji nga bwetunya lipooti yaabwe mbi nnyo. Be bantu abaagula mashini za kawumbi kamu mu obukadde 9 nezitakozesebwa emyaka nga 2 probably bye bino bimuleetera okudoji nga balina issues z'ettaka. Law Development Center ina ebizibu bingi ebya accountability. So Franco Thembi ateekwa okulabikako mu kakiiko annyonnyole lwaki LDC evunaanyizibwa mu kutraininga abaana baffe mu mateeka tesobola kugoberera amateeka ng'esaasanya ssente z'omuwi w'omusolo. Era nsuubira olunaku olwo bw'anaaba alemereddwa okujja ng'omuntu tujja kukozesa obuwaayiro obutuweebwa n'amaanyi agatuweebwa ssemateeka okumuwa ekibaluwa kibakuntumye alabikeko mu kakiiko kano aka paaka.